Manchester United. Does a UCL win plus a win over Newcastle in the past few days make you confident in this Man United squad? Let's start with the resident Man United fan, Gasch. Of course, you're probably confident in them, despite Sancho not coming. Didn't get to rub that in your face last week, but
well,
yeah,
just for everyone's background information, I offered to Tomo to make a bet on whether Sancho would join United or not, and he refused. So he gave up that money. So gotcha, I guess.
So you missed out on $10, but your team didn't find Sancho. So.
Yeah. Whatever, man. Anyway, I think United are looking better and better as the season goes on. I think one of the problems was that Pogba was being shoehorned into the team. Not necessarily shoehorned, because he's been, he's one of the best players on the team, but he caught COVID a few weeks beforehand, so I didn't think he was really, back to full fitness, and he was playing most of the match anyway. They've looked a lot better ever since kind of trying out this little midfield diamond. So they played in the last couple of minutes against Newcastle when they scored a bunch of goals. They played against PSG too when Pogba came onto the field. So they started with the back five and then went to a back four. And then the midfield diamond was, I think, Bruno, Pogba, McTominay, and Fred. And they looked really solid. So I think a win like that against PSG, especially in Paris with Rashford scoring the late goal, can really boost the team's confidence and they'll start hitting form. Especially for a player like Rashford, they say a lot of times for strikers, the most important thing is getting in a rhythm of scoring goals and going through the motions. So I think that could kind of kickstart the season from there. I do think in terms of the assets that Bruno is still probably the best one as long as he's still on penalties, which I believe he will be, but it's kind of hard to see because he missed one against Newcastle and then missed against PSG, but it had to be retaken. And then he scored the second time around. So I would say, for me personally, it's Bruno and then Rashford and then Martial. But I'm still a little hesitant on anyone except Bruno just until they really get another game or two with the same form.
C4?
I think I mostly agree with Gasch there. I really like the Diamond 4, but for a little bit of a different reason, because I don't like when United beats Newcastle. I like it because it means Rashford's moving back inside. But I was a little more interested. I want to get Gash's opinion on this. When you saw the lineup come out for United against PSG, and they had that freaky back five with Shaw and Tazz over on the left. What's your read on that and moving forward in the Premier League? What you expect to see in the United back four?
Oh, that's pretty common actually for Ali in big games to play a back five like that. He did it a number of times last season with with Shaw as the left center back, and then Brandon Williams as the wing back on that side. So I would expect to see a back four most of the time. And I think it's notable that Tellez came off and Shaw went to left back in the back four. So I think we're going to see a lot of rotation in the left back spot, unless one of them really locks it down. But I would say the back five normally comes out against big Champions League teams or really important Premier League matches.
Tazz, how you feeling about United? Oh, sorry, you got more?
No,
that's good.
Towards the end of last season, I think it was post restart. Everyone was looking to bring in some sort of United defenders because they were really good at. I think it was shot suppression, and they had a lower expected goals against. I think a lot of people have Maguire. I personally had David De Gea and paid dividends in terms of the goalkeeping position. Or just interested, if Tellez plus having those defensive returns all of a sudden he becomes really attractive at that 5.5 option.
Yeah, he certainly could if Shaw gets hurt long term and Tellez is on as nailed on as a starting left back. Then if you watch the game, he whips in crosses. He's a great left foot on him, and especially when he takes the corners.
In swinging corners?
Yeah, he was on the corners when he was in the game, and he was absolutely smashing them in, and they were really, really giving United a lot of dangerous opportunities. So.
Tazz, how you feeling about United, and are you more confident in them after these past few days? Tazz? Oh, I think Tazz froze again. Tazz has been freezing a little bit today.
He's just thinking really hard.
Yeah, you do.
Gash, yeah, you have a good Tazz impression.
Yeah. I don't know. I think I think Manchester United. I don't know.
All right, let's give him one more second, see if he can come back in. He's loading here. I wanna see if we can get to him before we move on to the next question. Nah, I think he's gone. Oh, here we go. Tazz.
Technical difficulties today, yeah.
All right, tell us how you feel about United, bro.
No, I was kind of sad. I mean, kind of happy that I did choose Son, but Son and Rashford are the two players that kind of rotating back and forth. And I was missing out on points from Son when I switched to Rashford, and then I kind of missed out on Rashford when I switched to Son, but Son did bring in points this game week. C4 definitely mentioned something important about considering their defense. I think that's something when I feel like United, they're kind of showing signs of improvement, and then once they catch form, there's something I definitely will consider. But besides that, I think for right now, Bruno and Rashford are like the best options, and I would choose Bruno if I had between the two. Him on penalty kicks, but the amount of penalties are being given now this season. It's he's a very solid pick.
Yeah, I have Bruno as of right now. I brought him in last week and captained him, so bit of a roller coaster at the end of the match there. But I feel slightly better about the United assets. Still need a little more from the rest of them. Right now, I would only feel comfortable owning Bruno, but that could easily change in a couple weeks. Martial is a player that I've wanted to get into my team, but he just hasn't showed me anything yet so far. Any final thoughts on United?
Yeah, I would say the last thing is that Tuanzebe is the center back that started for them against PSG the other day, and he had a massive game. So he's had injury issues in the past, but he's a really strong and fast center back. There's a couple of clips of him keeping pace with Mbappe and knocking him off the ball. So I think if he can stay fit, then him and Maguire would complement each other really well. As Maguire is the kind of the ball winner in the air, and Tuanzebe can mark any really quick players up top. So I would keep an eye out for that as well.
Is he the likely partner for Maguire when healthy?
I wouldn't say likely, just based on not having seen him for a long time. I think the game yesterday was his first start in 10 months, and 10 months ago he played against Colchester in the FA Cup. But it's mainly because of injury, and I think based off what Ali said about this kind of center back he wants to bring in, that I would think long term they want to see them two together.
Yeah, I mean, he's got all the physical tools, just up to whether or not they can form a good partnership and all that. But yeah, I would like to see something from him. What's his price right now in FPL? Do you know?
I think he actually might be he's either a 4.5 or a 5.
He's a 4.5.
Yeah.
So not an option yet, but if he's starting week in, week out, a 4.5 center back for United is not a bad thing whatsoever.